Hi, it's Jessica Plamondon with Royal Lepage Atlantic and the Pike Group, and I'm here at the Good Day Cafe with Beth from Fall River Chiropractic. Welcome, Beth.
So what made you decide to open this business?
So I didn't open the business. I bought a business that was already open, which was always my goal. Originally, I never wanted to own my own clinic until I had worked at a few other businesses and saw some pros and saw some cons and developed a really good idea of how I would want my own clinic to run. So one day I just sat down with my husband and was like, okay, at some point I'm ready to own my own. But I never wanted to start it from scratch because it's hard. So we waited for the perfect opportunity for a clinic that was pre-established to become available. And it just happened to be 2 weeks after my husband and I had that conversation that an ad came through our college saying that there was a clinic for sale. And so we started doing some research into it.
And why did you choose this profession?
So I have been seeing a chiropractor since I was 15, and my mom, I was raised by a single mother. My dad lived in Ontario, and my mom was a nurse at the IWK. So I always wanted to do healthcare, and I never wanted to be a nurse because I saw how hard it was and how hard she worked, and so I wanted to look into other types of professions, and when it came down to making some decisions, I had been, having great results with the chiropractor for all that I could remember, so decided that that was the route I wanted to go.
Awesome. Odd requests. What is the oddest request you've had from a patient?
Oh, there's lots. I do a lot of odd things. I don't know if you see chiropractors, but big toes are probably the oddest. So we can treat any joint. I always joke that I've treated everything from big toes to sinuses and everywhere in between. So yeah, big toes are a little odd. I mean, I don't mind, but it's probably the oddest actual request.
What are your greatest challenges?
So I always joke that I am a good chiropractor and not always the best businesswoman. So our background gives us very little business training. I have done a lot of training on my own time, on my own dollar, but my ultimate goal is for people to be living a healthier and better life, and I try to facilitate that to make it as easy as possible. So, I don't mark up products that I sell. I make things easily accessible to people, just to help them be able to help themselves.
Something most people don't know about you.
This is a hard one because most of my people know I'm kind of an open book. I guess maybe most people don't know that I started my university thinking I was going to go into pharmacy, which is funny because that is completely opposite from what I do, helping people with chemicals or medication versus trying to find an alternative to medication. But I have ulcerative colitis, so I had been on medication since I was a little kid. That was very helpful to me. And it wasn't until my 4th year of undergrad when I had to have the realization that I don't really like chemistry that much. So decided to look into other healthcare fields, and like I had said earlier, I had been seeing a chiropractor forever and it just made sense.
What do you do besides work?
I work a lot, and I have 2 young kids, so they monopolize a great deal of my time, happily monopolize my time. When I'm doing stuff for myself, yoga is typically the thing other than COVID restrictions on lovely yoga. But we do a lot of work around our house and in our backyard, and when I am not at work, I am typically with my kids.
Awesome. Well, great chatting with you, Beth. Have a wonderful afternoon,
Yes,
and I
thank you
look
so
forward
much.
to seeing you in the community.
For sure.